And welcome to the Will to Win podcast. This is Alex Muir, helping millennial professionals reach peak mental and physical performance. And in season 2 of my podcast episodes, I'm going to be starting a new series called The Inner Circle. Personal friends, mentors, and advisors that have helped shape my life in a meaningful way. So I'll be doing interview style podcasts with some of my friends, mentors, advisors, and special guests to give you guys a glimpse of some of the people that have shaped my life and have varying perspectives throughout the podcast. Hello there, and welcome to the Will to Win podcast. This is Alex Muir, helping millennial professionals reach peak mental and physical performance. And in today's episode, I have a special guest. I'm going to be experimenting with a one-off episode every other Monday and it's going to be called The Inner Circle. My personal friends, mentors, and advisors that have helped shape my life in a meaningful way. And today's special guest is Kyle Eagle. Kyle is a former colleague that I went to university with. We had an accounting class together. He specializes in digital marketing for a web company locally where we're both from. And we're going to be talking about the importance of building your personal brand of 2020 and beyond, because the importance of building your personal brand online and offline is becoming a very regular thing. And so, we're going to start off the episode by introducing Kyle Eagle. Kyle, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, Alex, thanks for having me here. Really excited to be here and digging into a really cool topic for my first time on. Man, what an important thing for 2020 and this decade, really.
Yeah. There's so much availability of how we market ourselves today. And the beautiful thing is, it doesn't matter where you start, whether you're trying to build your professional network, locally with organizations like the local chambers of commerce, or if you want to learn how to build it online and build your own podcast. There's just so many different ways that we can do that. And I definitely wanted to get your perspective on it, as your background is in digital marketing. And although I've dabbled a little bit in the digital marketing space, I've still got a lot to learn. And I really want to know, how are you feeling, how things are going with how you're helping, your companies with their marketing strategies.
Well, we can definitely see that digital is coming first, and mobile is king, and video is the content that is consumed the most, or it seems to be on the rise. We can see that with various apps like TikTok or something, with the quickest growing subscriber base ever. But one of the things I'd really like to bring out here is just think about how capable we are to create our own brand these days. Even with a cell phone and the social media and being able to publish various media content, it's incredible to think of what one person can do, but that's also going to set the level of what the expectation is in personal branding going forward.
That's right. Yeah, because a lot of people are learning how to build their brand online, especially now. And a lot of people are kind of dabbling with the social media and stuff. Most people have some sort of small following that have been built, and that's surrounding their brand. And what our brand is, I don't know if you can agree, but it's our personal brand is a combination of all of the things that we really like. It's like our hobbies, our interests, all kind of meshed or gelled together.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, a personal brand is your authenticity, right? It's who you are. It's not meant to be faked. I think everybody can detect a fake now, right? We're in a day and age where not just consumers, but as a public, we're so much more informed that we know when a stock photo is used instead of a real person. We know when you're trying to pretend to be something else. So authenticity is key, and to be authentic, you really have to go with the things that you like and to be true to those.
Yeah. It's I feel it's more important than ever to be real and to be you. And although we're so interconnected in a digital world nowadays, and everyone knows, what's going on, and because everything's so out in the open and it's online, reputations can be built overnight, or over time, or they can be ruined overnight. It just depends on how you brand yourself. Um, But what I am seeing as well is, because people want real, they want the real you, that authenticity. At the same time, they yeah, like they just people, like you said, people can sense when you're not being real, and they do appreciate when you're just putting yourself out there and being yourself.
Yeah, totally. I think we've already passed the thousands with Facebook, where everybody spent all their time figuring out how to brag with their profile picture. That's not really where we're at anymore. We do expect and hope to see people more true to it, because we know that that's not real. Everybody's gone through faking that now.
Yeah. Having that online highlights, the continuous highlight reel, right?
Yeah. It's no, nobody believes that that's entirely true anymore. But I mean, a personal brand, it can show perseverance through a struggle or something like that. That wasn't a thing with the Facebook bragging platform at one point.
No, for sure. Yeah. And I like how you pointed out the perseverance through a struggle, because online you don't see that. All we see online is the people, showing. We can only see the highlights, but at the same time, that's not always the case. They could be saying they're trying to stay as positive as they can online, like, and create that positive aura. But most people they're going through something, and when you can write about that, or when you can document that in video format and show people that you are real, and you are having a tough time some days, and you're not really wanting to record your video, or do that article, but you still do it anyway. That's what they appreciate, is they appreciate the off the cuff content, where it's not so premeditated and pre-planned. They want to see the real stuff that you're going through. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, even going further with that, live is incredible these days. Like, not just the ability to hit a button and go live to an audience, but um, the growth in that kind of content, which again, it lends itself to being unscripted and free flowing, and again, authentic.
Yeah, and that's what people want. They want that unscripted, live, real connection. And as I've told you previously, I have been building my own personal blog over the last, I'd say, 8, 9 months, and it's been a process. It's been a process, but it's always something that I've wanted to do. And the main reason I'm doing it is because I know having your own blog or your own website, you can create content to help inspire people. And that's what I want to do. I want to inspire people, inspire them to do the things that they want to do, and then create tons of value while doing that.
And I could absolutely commend you for doing this, because when you think about it, again, leverage your ability, how far you can reach with your ability to actually help somebody these days. Over time, your blog's going to reach thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. And that just wasn't something that was doable 20, 30 years ago. So keep building that personal brand. Like, perseverance will shine through, and the content is the king.
No, for sure, for sure. And then as far as like branding is concerned, and market and digital marketing right now, what platforms are you finding that your clients are really succeeding on? And with your help and your background in marketing, what are you noticing that they're using that's really helping their brand or their website or blog take off for them?
Definitely the most consistent is still Facebook. The
Gotcha.
Facebook advertising platform, and being able to pinpoint people and speak directly to them is is still one of the easiest ones to use, and it consistently works for most campaigns. There has been a lot of interest recently in TikTok because of the rapid growth in users, but the lack of established brands on the platform. It is something that we are started to dabble in, but I don't have much to report yet on that. So I would say that those are the two most interesting ones. Now, when you are using the Facebook ads platform, you do have access to Instagram, of course, too.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, because Facebook owns Instagram, and so you kind of get to double up on your marketing in a way.
Totally, yeah. And you get to follow that, that digitally following somebody across the internet, so to speak, with their distribution network.
That's right. That's right. And then, as you know, the online world or the digital world, and digital marketing, things can happen and change so quickly, and you have to be able to adapt so quickly. So how would you say that you handle the unexpected while still staying on track for your clients and for yourself?
Always be learning. You like
Yeah.
this is, and I think that this is going to be the case going forward. We see this in all things where product cycles are shorter. Education is changing over quicker and quicker. Even the Moore's law on processing power doubling. We're reaching a point now where you need to be. There's no stagnant time. Like, you never know everything, and you need to keep learning. And as you keep learning, you need to remember to keep going backwards and looking to make sure that what you do know is still accurate, because
It's relevant. Yeah.
So keep up to date, but it is going to take a lot of effort now, and that's probably going to be the case going forward with a lot of things. To stay relevant is going to be a lot more difficult than it ever was in the past. Everything's going to move a lot quicker, but it still goes like, this is a great opportunity to get going into all of these kind of personal branding things before we reach that sprint that everybody's doing.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think we were mentioning in the past, it might have been yourself or someone else, but I remember, yeah, actually, yeah, we were talking about it. Our last coffee that we had was how the people that learn the skills to build a blog or to build their brand online, to learn marketing online and how it all works, and the more that we stick with it over time, the better equipped we're going to be for the future. Because what's going to happen is, like, how we're in a really big boom right now, internet boom, as far as online marketing and advertising. And although it's cheap right now, and and a lot of people are seeing a lot of growth for their businesses this way, utilizing the Facebook ads and all the social platforms. Um, like you were mentioning, it's going to come a time where, like in the 80s or the 90s, where it boomed and there was a bust, and the bust could be, like you were saying, we're going to reach a peak of how much these ads are gonna be charged, and out to these clients, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, like this is way too expensive. I can't get in. I need to get out of this market now. So
Totally. There will come a
so
time where this is going to be a lot more difficult to do for small to medium sized businesses, because you're going to start competing with a lot of other large brands when things like cable television marketing becomes less relevant to people, and things like that. Like, that money is going to move over somewhere else from those
yeah.
larger brands.
Yeah, because I definitely feel like right now the online space of digital marketing, it has all the power with the least gateway to entry. A lot of me, you, or anyone that has an internet connection nowadays, that has any kind of drive or perseverance, that wants to build their brand, they can do it, and for virtually no cost, just time and sweat.
Totally, it's amazing. Just once again, tying into thinking about how capable you are now.
Yeah, having all of these, having all this access to marketing ourselves and doing it in the on the platform that we want. Like
Hmm.
like you were saying, like 20, 30 years ago, Like there was only the news, there was only the media outlet, and that was it. And you couldn't brand yourself, or you couldn't market yourself any other way. But
Well, just
nowadays, yeah,
think of how hard it would have been to go live as an individual.
yeah, yeah.
You know, you would have needed an entire team of people to go live on I guess the cable television, right? Like that would have been a huge ordeal.
Oh yeah, the process that it takes to make a news station or a radio station, back then, or yeah, just to get on television is it's teams and teams of people. And the way
Totally.
the way the way my dad puts it, he's like, every time you watch a movie, right? And you're looking at the end credits. The end credits of a movie, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are working to make this movie a reality. Like, it takes hundreds to thousands of people to make a movie nowadays. Like,
Yeah,
and and the cost can be astronomical depending on how you want to make the movie and what you want to portray.
oh, I mean, obviously, even television's heading that way too, with the level of expense on that, and all the streaming content shows. And
Yeah, yeah. But the interesting thing that I'm finding, and that we've reviewed as well, in some of our conversations, is as all these creators are having the opportunity to publish on their own platforms, how they want to publish, blogging, YouTubers, because there's so many people that are accessing those platforms versus television. Do you feel television and cable is eventually going to get phased out? Because I see definitely an end on the horizon for cable and television. Because although I have cable, for me and my girlfriend to watch the occasional show, which we can't find on Netflix, but everything that I do now is some sort of platform. Like, we've got all of our platforms. It's like it's abundant, and there's just no need for TV
interesting
anymore.
question that we'll see a large impact, but I'm not sure we'll ever see an entire death of the cable industry, and not until we. No, I don't think it'll ever die. Like people said, the television was going to kill the radio, right? Well, we
Right,
still have
right.
radio ads, so
Yeah, yeah.
and we still have print ads, and there. I don't think that cable is going to be 100% gone, but it'll be less valuable.
Limited capacity. The
Yeah,
uh, the
so
internet. Yeah,
and I mean they're just not going to be able to charge for either the cable packages to the end users or the advertising space.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, because advertising premiums will be, yeah, all digital, online, and on mobile.
Well, they'll move to where the larger amount of the audience is, right? When you
Right,
want
right.
to reach the most people, or even when you have to target the most people, you're going to go to the platform with the most, the where the most people are.
Yeah, yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I got some really good. I've got some really good notes written down here. And like you were mentioning before about Facebook, the number one thing with Facebook, which I learned when I was doing my online affiliate marketing business, was the micro targeting that you can do on there, and how you can get super laser specific on the kind of person that you're trying to target, that has those same interests as you, or the same hobbies.
Absolutely, that part's amazing. That's probably the best part of the entire platform, and really what makes it stand out from something like advertising on Google. Advertising on Google, you're casting a very large net and hoping to catch people in it. Uh, Advertising on Facebook's a lot more like having a sniper rifle, and
Yeah, yeah.
pinpointing one exact point, and okay, we're looking for this particular group of people, and okay, we'll test if that works, and moving on from there, right? It's just a different approach.
Yeah, yeah. Facebook's all about the specificity of the audience that you're trying to attract.
Absolutely, and it lets you speak directly to them.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, which is critical, right? Because if we're not speaking directly to our audience in such a way, then they're not going to see, or they're going to ignore our content, and we can't have that. We always need to keep um, the content the content that we drive to these social platforms is all based on, okay, what are people searching already? What are their problems? What do they want?
Well, absolutely. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not doing it, somebody else will.
No, exactly. It's all about picking up on those trends, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I got one more question for you. How do you stay educated, or what is your learning process now that you're done? You've been out of university for the last few years, and I have as well. Like, what is your um, how do you educate yourself outside of now you're done school? How do you educate yourself outside of college or university?
So I've always been trying to pick up more skills and adapting that way. I do like picking up extra tickets and things like that. So that's always something that's kind of fun. But those are more side hobbies, like radio licenses, things like that. But to really kind of keep up to date with things, I think these days I rely fairly heavily on and this might be a little different, but LinkedIn actually, and following some of the more established or people that I look up to on the platform, and really digging into anything I don't understand that I see them talking about.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
I mean, we're probably all familiar with like Gary Vanderchuk, right? But it, if I was to dig through my years of following this guy and understanding what he's been saying, there's many times where I really need to start digging into, okay, well, do I really get that? Like, it, do I understand what he's saying? And then start falling down that rabbit hole and realizing, well, the more you know, the more you don't know.
Yeah, no, no, for sure. And LinkedIn is a great platform for finding what I didn't start using LinkedIn till very late. I started using it when I was working for a local newspaper here locally, and my manager taught me how to use it. And he says that the main feature of LinkedIn, which is an amazing feature, is it helps you find and connect with key decision makers of the companies that you're trying to attract or get in touch with.
Absolutely. LinkedIn is where the business owners are and the
Yeah,
managers and most of those kind of people. So
yeah.
it's a very, it's a really good market if those are the types of people that you need to be reaching.
No, no, for sure. And we're getting a little bit of static on there, buddy. How's your mic doing?
Oh, is it coming through there?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. There was a little bit of static there for a few seconds. Yeah.
Oops, oops.
But yeah, we got some awesome points in today's podcast, and I'm really glad that we got to sit and chat about everything, especially digital marketing, because it's definitely been on my mind, and I know that you're really specialized in that, and I always appreciate your feedback and your perspective on kind of the trends and what we got to do to help stay on top ahead of the curve. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well, again, thanks, Alex, for having me here. I really appreciate being a guest on this, and I hope to be on here again someday.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Really, really appreciate your time, Kyle, and thanks again for joining the podcast.
All right, cool. Well, you take care, man.
Awesome, right on. We'll schedule another one soon.
Cool. All
All
right,
right,
bye.
bye for now.